Hello, Kip here. I have something to share that hasn't been brought to attention. In this video, we're going to be talking about scout rifles, to be more specific, energy scout rifles. As the season of the hunt began, many scout rifles were sunset, including year war weapons you were able to use in endgame content back from Season of Arrivals. The weapons that are currently available is Trusty, a solar scout rifle which can be obtained from the Deepstone Crypt raid in the first encounter, and Royal Chase, a void scout rifle that can be obtained by doing the Wrathborn hunt during the season. The reason why I'm talking about energy scout rifles is for loadouts to use in endgame activities like the Grandmaster Nightfall to deal with champions. For example, in the Season of the Hunt, we have Overload Scouts to deal with Overload champions. Since the change to the anti-champion mods, which officially started in Season of the Hunt, even though we had a little preview with Unstoppable Pulse that go into your gloves rather than using a mod slot only on legendary weapons. This enabled us to use exotic weapons with anti-champion mods like Polaris Lance and Skyburner's Oath that are solar weapons, and Symmetry that's an arc scout rifle. As I mentioned before, there are only two legendary energy scouts like Royal Chase and Trusty. Well, here's my solution to this. Rather than using the exotic Symmetry, you can use a blue weapon called Black Tiger 2SR, or if you're unable to get a Trusty from the Deepstone Crypt or don't want to use an exotic scout rifle for solar, you can use another blue scout rifle, Madrugada, a solar scout rifle, also known as Banana's baby brother. Since Madrugada has the intrinsic perk Explosive Payload, you can use Wrath of Rasputin mod by getting final blows with solar splash damage, which enables you to create Warmind cells. With Stasis introduced in Beyond Light, Overload nades stun Overload champions with not only solar nades, but with Stasis nades as of the season. I suggest using Dustfield nade and pairing it with the fragment Whisper of Hedrons. Currently, when getting shots with Overload weapons, it provides a damage buff to the main weapon that has their Overload mod. However, pairing it with Hedrons provides a ×2 damage buff for that as well, which I don't know if it's intended or a bug. This is a great solution for these scouts since this enables you to use another exotic weapon for your kinetic slot or your heavy slot. Plus, this is a great ideal for specific enemies with elemental shields. You can farm for these anywhere, and they will be dropped after the powerful cap, which is 1250 for Season of the Hunt. Blue weapons will never be sunset, and farming these in future seasons will not be an issue since blue engrams are pretty common. Note, if you're a player that's been on this game since the Red War campaign, and you notice that Madrugada is void with a Red War symbol, or you see a scout rifle called Sonata 48, which is an arc that came from your collection, these weapons are no longer obtainable or in the world, and only specify the ones that have the Forsaken symbols on these blue weapons. Now let's get into the build with Madrugada. As of the season, Madrugada is the only blue energy scout that is solar with explosive payload. Like I said, you are able to create Warmind cells with this weapon as long as you're getting final blows with this weapon while having Wrath of Rasputin. In this gameplay you are watching is a 1280 legendary Lost Sector. Starting off with my helmet, I ran Warmind's Protection for me to take less damage from enemies since they're 1280, even though that I was 1284 with my current loadout, but this mod makes a major difference in endgame activities. Moving on to my gloves, I ran Global Reach on my Synthoceps for better reach on these Warmind cells. If you're wondering why Synthoceps, well, because I'm a Titan and I like to punch stuff. Now, my chest piece is the one that has the Wrath of the Warmind mod for creation of Warmind cells by getting solar splash damage final blows. I know Xenophage can create Warmind cells with this mod, but having Madrugada is a great backup in case if you ran out of ammo for Xeno, or if you don't use it in Grandmaster Nightfalls. Next up is my boots. I pretty much used Fireteam Medic for healing purposes. Better safe than sorry. Finally, we have the Titan Mark with Rage of the Warmind mod. This pairs really well with the Wrath of the Warmind mod because it is possible to create another Warmind cell as you destroy the current one you shoot. Now onto my stats. The only thing that matter most to me is my intellect and resilience, since I was able to pop more barricades often while getting my super faster with higher intellect. For subclass, I picked Behemoth while using Dustfield Nade with the fragment Whisper of Hedrons. The reason why this subclass is because it's a great pair with the seasonal mod Thermal Overload, which turns your stasis nades into overload nades. Adding Surge Eater seasonal mod is a bonus since you can stun lock overload champions, such as overload captains, with your scout rifle while giving them that dust field nade. Take that, Fallen. Now, I'm sure that there are a lot more builds you can use with this blue scout rifle. You can make builds with a lot of these Warmind mods, such as Light of the Fire, Grasp of the Warmind, Modular Lightning, Strength of Rasputin, Sheltering Energy, Chosen of the Warmind, Burning Cells, Cellular Suppression, Power of Rasputin, and Warmind's Longevity. You can also use Charge of Light build with these Warmind cells, such as Warmind's Light, Incinerating Light, and Light from Darkness. You can get these mods from the gunsmiths as he sells these mods. Be sure to check out the gunsmith every day as he changes daily reset. I know you can do the same thing with Skyburner's Oath, since that weapon provides splash damage, but you should most definitely use Madrugada since there are better exotic weapons to use. Now, the biggest downside for Madrugada is that you cannot masterwork that weapon and put on mods since it's a blue weapon, but this is a great option for you to use in endgame activities such as Legendary Lost Sectors and Grandmaster Nightfalls. That's all for our discussion. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the gameplay. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, a positive rating would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.